My name is Teri Davis Newman. I'm a real person. You can Google me. My doctors predicted I would die in November 2016 of terminal stage 4 ovarian cancer, specifically high-grade serous carcinoma of the ovaries and uterus. It degraded and recurred as peritoneal carcinomatosis, and this cancer has no survivors. It doubles in size every 6 weeks. My sister and I both carried the BRCA1 gene, and she died with the same cancer on the 18th of November of 2015, 90 days before I was diagnosed. It was the chemotherapy, which they billed her more than $700,000 to pay for, that killed her from 11 months after her diagnosis. This was after she was horribly mutilated with a double radical mastectomy and a hysterectomy. She bled to death in front of both of my elderly parents when her esophagus ruptured from chemo-induced vomiting. 50% of the people who have cancer die from the chemotherapy, not the cancer. There are over 100 specific research papers that say peritoneal carcinomatosis following high-grade serous carcinoma is not helped or even affected by chemotherapy, and that there's no point to it other than that chemotherapy is a huge moneymaker for the oncologist. My sister was murdered for profit. The doctors knew the chemo would kill her, and they knew it wouldn't help her, and that didn't stop them. Her obituary is on legacy.com. Her name is Lori Sutcliffe Alfrey. Lorisutcliffe Alfrey, Alfrey. A dozen doctors have tried to force me to take the same chemotherapy that killed her, and I have flatly refused. Angelina Jolie and Christina Applegate are both cancer survivors who carry the same BRCA1 gene. That's why Angelina Jolie had the preventative hysterectomy and double mastectomy, the same surgery I was having that revealed my cancer. And believe me, if they ignore their doctors, they have nothing to worry about. I did my own research, and I discovered GC-MAF being made by Immunobiotech Limited in England. Their GC-MAF is genuine because they put it through 9 tests. It's not the fake being sold by other places. If there's no test, then the GC-MAF is fake, and every other product being sold as GC-MAF is not worth buying. Rerum is completely useless. Everyone I know who was using Rerum died quickly, while First Immune keeps racking up cures. If GC-MAF from First Immune didn't work, it wouldn't be a threat to Big Pharma's blood money profits. This is the only reason that First Immune, Immunobiotech are being persecuted. It is criminal activity by the government. Although GC-MAF would have been 10% of the cost of chemotherapy, I couldn't afford it, and my insurance wouldn't pay for it. Immunobiotech told me they would send it anyway at no charge, and they paid the shipping as well. They provided it to me up to the time that they were closed down by the English MHRA for the second time on February 22nd, 2017. They even paid the huge shipping charges so that they would save my life. I started taking GC-MAF on June 25th, 2016. There were no side effects, none. I felt great, plenty of energy, and no one would believe I had cancer. I wasn't bald or vomiting with mouth sores or a starved skeleton. Even now, I look healthy. I have all my hair because there are no side effects to GC-MAF. I was scheduled to die in November of 2016 when my MRI showed the tumors were shrinking and that the miliary tumors had disappeared, a cancer that chemotherapy is totally ineffective against. GC-MAF was beating. I am only alive now because of GC-MAF, and if I die, it will be because Big Pharma and the corrupt MHRA closed Immunobiotech, and the MHRA and Big Pharma will be 100% liable for my death. If they kill me, I will not die silent, as I have written a book about this experience. GC-MAF is a human protein. It's the body's own way of curing cancer, and I have taken it for 8 months. My cure is not complete. Now in March 2017, I have MRI scans that continue to say that my cancer is being killed off. I would have a belly full of cancer and would have died by now if I'd allowed myself to be chemoed. I'm fit as a fiddle, and if I'd obeyed the dozen doctors who tried to force me, they did everything but hold a gun to my head. If I had listened to them, I would be dead as a doornail. The doctors, who are amazed that I am still alive, are still trying to force me to have chemotherapy. To me, Immunobiotech are angels. I owe them and David Noakes my life. There are no words I can ever express that will thank them enough for what they have done for me and their generosity. If I die because of what Big Pharma and the MHRA have done, I will die cursing them for causing my death just to protect their profits. They are the scum of the earth and deserve the fate that God will have in store for their memories. Their members. They promote the murder of chemotherapy, or the murder by chemotherapy, of over 1 million people a year with their billion-dollar poison. I ran for Congress in 2010 in Illinois. I'm visible on the web. My website for my cure is www.gcmathcancercure.com, and you can see my video on Facebook. Feel free to contact me with any questions. Teri, with one R, Teri, Davis Newman, Newman, at AOL.com. Teri Davis Newman at AOL.com.